Hello and welcome back to Story of the Day, the show that I've come up with that picks up different rumors or stories about football, eventually ending up with our Story of the Day. Before I begin the video, if you'd like to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would mean a lot to me. It takes 1 second, just do it. Without further ado, let's begin today's stories. Our first story comes from the Daily Star, which they report that, in quotes, Real Madrid are set to wrap up a world record deal for Kylian Mbappe. Of course, Mbappe has been the talk of the town as he enjoyed a Marvel breakout season at Monaco, scoring 26 goals in Ligue 1 in 44 games. Of course, this rumor comes after Morata's £60 million move to Chelsea. Our second story comes from The Express, and they claim Paul Pogba wants Serge Aurier to be a Manchester United player, and Aurier preferred staying in Paris for the pre-season tour rather than joining PSG on their USA tour. Of course, this comes after Antonio Valencias, who is aging, and Matteo Darmian, who hasn't really stepped up to fulfill United's heights. Our next story comes from BBC, where they have understood that the Saints defender Virgil van Dijk has been training alone amid speculation over his future. Of course, when you're one of the most wanted defenders in the Premier League and you play for Southampton, obviously you've got to want more. He is proven in the Premier League, which is one reason why everyone wants him. He's strong, which is another reason, and he is tall, which makes him the most wanted defender in the Premier League. With the price tag of £60 million on him, that will surpass the £50 million paid to John Stones to Everton for John Stones during his £50 million move to Manchester City. Our fourth story and final story comes from Sky Sports, where Sky Italia have reported that Roma have made an improved bid of just £27 million on Leicester's Riyad Mahrez after having a first bid of £20 million rejected. And in my opinion, Mahrez is worth at least £40 million, because if you want to buy someone who has won the Premier League with let's say a team who was going to get relegated the previous season until Nigel Pearson of course stepped it up, and he's cunning, he's tricky, and he's fast, and don't forget he plays in the Premier League, so he gets technically more money if he plays for a less good team because of the TV deals in the Premier League. You've got to step up your bid. You can't pay £27 million on a player. Enough from me now. Going back to my story of the day, more from me, is Mbappe's move to Madrid. And whilst Virgil van Dijk's training alone was pretty interesting, I've got to say that today's story of the day has to be Mbappe to Madrid, as he could be seen as Cristiano Ronaldo's long-term replacement. And due to Morata's move to Chelsea, why not splash the cash on Mbappe and bring in a world beater, potentially the best player in the world and future Ballon d'Or winner? That's all from me from Story of the Day. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that's all from me at Story of the Day. And thank you and goodbye.